Okay, so everyone, welcome to Kailul Kol Shira, in partnership, of course, with Breslov.org. My dear Rabbi Reb Chaim's yeshiva is Meisid, and of course Yeshiva Terah Shimon, which is my dear friend the Rosh Yeshiva Rav Mordechai Groner. He should be well, and everyone in the yeshiva should be well. And I also want to welcome all the listeners that'll be listening in after this year that are not participating on this, and we have a lot of listeners. So Baruch Hashem, and we welcome everybody. Okay, so this is Parshas. We're starting a new sefer this Shabbos, Sefer Devarim. With its Parshas Devarim, Sefer Devarim. Okay, now we know there's a lot of different. There's so much to talk about on this week, because also we'll touch on some pointers of Tisha B'av as well, as now we're in the middle of the 9 days, and this Shabbos is Shabbos Chazon. It's a Shabbos of vision. It's very interesting. The lashon that we have for this Shabbos, the special name is Shabbos Chazon. Okay, we'll speak and we'll mention a little bit about that. We know the Navi Zechariah said, and this is what we're hoping for, Yahavchu l'mayadim l'simcha, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to change these days of Avelos. These days of Avelos, Hashem is going to change them over to be mayadim l'simcha, to become big mayadim. And it's known that really there's going to be when Mashiach is going to come, the day of Shavasa B'Tammuz will be like the first day of the Chag. The 3 weeks will be the Chol Hamoed of the Chag, and Tisha B'av will be the Yom Acharon of the Chag. So we're waiting for that. And listen, we hope every day we say B'chol Yom Achak Eloi Shehu Yavai, right? We hope for every day that Mashiach is going to come, and Ulai Be'ef he'll come today, or will come at least before we'll have to sit on the floor again, and we'll have to say the Megillah Eicha, and we'll have to say the Kiddush. Ulai Be'ef Bezrat Hashem. Okay, now when it comes to the Svarim in the Torah, right? So we have five books in the Torah. So we already finished 4, right? We did Sefer Bereshis, we did Sefer Shemais, we did Vayikra. We just finished last week. We finished Bamidbar. Now, all these other Svarim have a lot in common, right? And they took a lot of time, right? For example, Sefer Bereshis was about 2,000 years, right? From the creation of the world through the Shvatim and everything else. And then Sefer Shemais was also about 100 years, whatever it was 100 some, whatever it was, 100 some, and Bamidbar was the 40 years we were in the desert, right? Vayikra was in between that time as well. But now we have Sefer Devarim, and Sefer Devarim is really known also as Mishnah Torah, right? It's the review. It's the review of the Torah. Of course, it's more than a review, because there were also many mitzvahs that are introduced in Sefer Devarim that weren't before. Okay, let's see. Okay, but it's an amazing thing that this whole Sefer, we know that it started on Rosh Chodesh Shvat, right? This is when the Torah tells us it was the first day of Chodesh Shvat, right? That's the month we have Tu B'Shvat, right? The month we have Tu B'Shvat, it's Chodesh Shvat, right? And then we know that Moshe Rabbeinu lived till Zayin Adar, right? He lived to Zayin Adar, which is the 7th of Adar, which is the next month. You have Shvat and then you have Adar, okay? Shvat is the 10th month, Adar is the 11th month, right? The 12th month, 11 and 12, right? Nisan is the first month. Okay. So the whole Sefer Bamidbar was either 36 or 37 days. Depending on was Shvat a Molei, was it a Chassid? We don't know, but either way, it was about 30. It was a very, very, very short time. The Sfas Emes says something fascinating. Something very fascinating. He said, when it's compared to our tefillin, Wow, isn't that interesting? The Svara, the Torah, the 5 books of the Torah compared to our tefillin. Listen to what he says. It's an amazing idea. We have the tefillin shel rosh, right? The tefillin shel rosh has 4 compartments in it. There are 4 parshias, right? We have 4 parshias in this tefillin shel rosh, right? Right, we have the parsha of the Pidyon Aben, right? We have the right, and then we have V'haya V'Kiviyacha, we have Shemama and V'haya, right? Those are the 4 parshias. Now, when it comes to the Tefillin Shel Yad, the 4 parshias are one. You have the same 4 parshas, but it's on one cloth. It's on one parchment. It's not 4 individual parchments, right? In the Rosh, there are 4 compartments, and each compartment gets another parsha. Okay, each compartment gets another parsha. According to, let's say, if you're doing a tefillin shel Rashi or tefillin shel Rabbeinu Tam, so on Rabbeinu Tam the parshas are switched, right? Instead of Shema and then going V'haya is first and then Shema in Rabbeinu Tam. That's the whole difference between Rabbeinu Tam and Rashi. Okay, but either way, and that's how it's written also in the Yad. Of course, if you have a pair of Rabbeinu Tam tefillin, so then you have the 4 parshas in the Rosh, and you have the 1 parsha that has all the parshas on the Yad. So too this, and we have the 4 Svarim, Bereshis, Shemais, Vayikra, and Bamidbar. Those 4 Svarim are like the Tefillin Shel Rosh. Okay, that's like the Tefillin Shel Rosh. You have the 4 compartments. The Tefillin Shel Yad has it all in one. Now that's the 5th, right? Because you have 4 in 1. That's fine. And he says because Sefer Devarim is Mishnah Torah. It's all it's a review of the Torah. It's everything. That's why it's all is one. Very nice idea from the Holy Sfas Emes. Okay, it's I thought that was so beautiful. I saw that. I love that very, very much. Now we know that this sefer is called Mishnah Torah because it's the review of the Torah, like we explained. Now we know that Moshe Rabbeinu starts off, right? He starts off the parsha, and Moshe Rabbeinu is giving us rebuke. But if you notice, Moshe Rabbeinu gives us rebuke in a very subtle way. What does he do? What does Moshe Rabbeinu do as to give it in a subtle way? He only mentions the places that things took place, right? He mentions the place where we were involved in the egel azov, in the sin of the golden calf. He mentions the place that we had the kiryas taiva, we wanted the slav. He mentions the place that we were complaining to Hashem before kriyas yamsuf. He mentions the place where we had the meraglim, and he mentions all of these things in this, but by mentioning the places alone. Why did he do that? Why would Moshe Rabbeinu say the places if he's giving us rebuke? Interesting question, right? Rashi says he's giving us rebuke. So if he's giving us rebuke, you would think he would mention the things that we did wrong. Why is he mentioning the places that we did these sins took place? Why is he mentioning the places? So to understand that, we know that there's 2 types of tshuva, right? We know there's a type of tshuva meira, which is the tshuva tata. There's tshuva me'ahava, where that tshuva is tshuva ilah. That tshuva can take the aveira and turn it into a merit. If you do tshuva from love of Hashem, so then you can take the iniquity, the thing you did wrong, and turn it into a merit. Is that fascinating, Chavra? You could take something you did wrong, you spilled the glass of milk, right? They say you can't do anything about spilled milk, but you can. If you did an aveira and you come to understand what you did wrong, and you come to do tshuva me'ahava, so that same sin gets turned over into a mitzvah. That's an amazing idea right there, by that alone. Now, so what's Moshe Rabbeinu doing? Moshe Rabbeinu is telling us, he's telling us these different sins. He's via telling us the places. And then we realize how much we love the Rebbeinu Shalom. We realize how HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us. We don't forget, the Dar Deya, the Dar that went out of Mitzrayim, already all passed away. Now these are all the children. These are the children. Except for Yeshua ben Nun and Kaleb ben Yefuna, right? Everyone else, and Moshe Rabbeinu, everyone else passed away. It's the end of the 40 years now, right? That was the decree when it came to the sin of the Meraglim, the spies. We all had to pass away. We perished in the desert over the next 40 years, right? We had a trip that was supposed to take us maybe 11 days to get to Eretz Yisrael, but it wound up taking us 40 years. Unbelievable. Now these people realized how special they were. They realized how HaKadosh Baruch Hu loved them, that they were about to cross over the sea, and they were about to get into. They were on the eastern side of the Jordan River, right? That's where Shevet Ruvain, right? There was Shevet Ruvain. We learned last week that Ruvain and God and Chatzi Shevet Menashe, they wanted their inheritance. That's where they were now. Right? They made 3 of the 6 arel miklat they set up that were over there. Okay, fine. Now, these people realized how special they were. They realized how special that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is letting them be the ones to be able to come into Eretz Yisrael. They come to feel the love of Hashem. They feel the love, and they want to come back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'ahava, with the love. Later, Moshe Rabbeinu explains the mistakes. Not now, but later in Sefer Devarim, Moshe Rabbeinu goes over all the mistakes. He talks about the Egel Azav, he talks about the Meraglim, he talks about all of the problems. Why? Because after we did Tshuva Me'ahava, now Moshe Rabbeinu can tell over the mistakes and transform those into merits. You understand that? In other words, once you do Tshuva Me'ahava, because you feel the love of Hashem, then all of those iniquities can get turned into merits. Now, if you think about it, we were learning in the morning. We were learning this idea, this amazing idea because we had the Chet HaEgel, right? Because we had the Chet the Egel. So what happened? We got HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us He gave us all the opportunity to build the Mishkan. Building the Mishkan was the antidote for the sin that we did wrong. We collected the gold and everything. We gave the contributions for the Egel Azav, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu said after he was Meratzah, he accepted Moshe Rabbeinu's appeasement, right? Then HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, okay, now you can go make the Mishkan. Do you ever think about that? So what, if we didn't make the golden calf, we wouldn't have had the Mishkan? There would be no such a thing as the Beis HaMikdash? Interesting idea to think about, right? But I was thinking that that's really showing how everything that happens in the world is really Hashem really controlling everything. Really, we were supposed to have the Mishkan. But could you imagine if HaKadosh Baruch Hu would have said, everyone has to give all this money for the Mishkan, right? All this money. Right, gold, silver, all these the 11 coverings that went over the Mishkan, all those skins and all of the things and all of the copper, everything that they needed to give. The people would have figured, I don't know, no. But now we did the Egel Azav. They felt, oh wow, we gave for this. Of course, we want to give now for Hashem. All right, Hashem wanted to see us that we did tshuva, and this is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves when we do tshuva. And now, here's another thing I wanted to share with you. It says, Eila hadvarim asher diber Moshe. Eila hadvarim asher diber Moshe. What's the problem with that statement? Didn't Moshe Rabbeinu say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that he's not that he's not an ish dibur? Right? Didn't Moshe Rabbeinu say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu when it came to the sneh, right back then over there by the sneh, the burning bush? He said, I can't talk. So Hashem said, no problem, I'll make a arel, he'll be your spokesman. You'll tell Aharon, he'll be the spokesman, right? So what happened? Now Moshe Rabbeinu, all of a sudden, Eila Hadvar Mashadiber Moshe. Now he's a speaker. Think of this now. We know that when we were at Har Sinai, when we came to Har Sinai, when did Moshe Rabbeinu have this encounter with HaKadosh Baruch Hu at the burning sneh? That was when we were in Mitzrayim. We didn't go out of Mitzrayim yet, right? When we came to Har Sinai at Kabbalah Torah, we know that everybody got a refuah. Everyone, that whatever problem a person had. If a person was missing a limb, he got his limb back. If a person was blind, chas v'shalom, he was able to see. If a person was deaf, he couldn't hear, he was able to hear. If he was whatever problem the person had, it was healed. Moshe Rabbeinu was also healed. Moshe Rabbeinu was also healed at the time. He had the covered peh. He had trouble to speak. Moshe Rabbeinu, what's the proof? Eila advar mashadi b'Moshe. Interesting idea. Right? Eila Advar, but Moshe's not a speaker. Oh, Moshe Rabbeinu is a speaker. Of course he is. Of course he is now. Okay, that was another beautiful idea over there. Okay, now it says now Hayil Moshe Beer as a Torah, right? Moshe Rabbeinu winds up Rashi explains, what does that mean? Hayil Moshe Beer as a Torah. What does it mean? Rashi says that Moshe Rabbeinu gave over the Torah in 70 different languages. Take a look at Rashi. Rashi says that Moshe Rabbeinu explained the Torah in 70 different languages. So there's much written on this. Why does Moshe Rabbeinu have to speak, to give over the Torah in 70 different languages? What's going on over here? What is this idea of the 70 languages? What's going on? So maybe we could think like this. Maybe I was thinking, maybe we could say like this. Over the years, Moshe Rabbeinu saw already that we were going to be in Golus. He knew already. Moshe Rabbeinu knew. And Moshe Rabbeinu knew we're going to be in Golus in all these different countries. In all these different countries with all these different languages. So even though we didn't understand what was going on, right? We were standing with Moshe Rabbeinu, right? We probably understood Egyptian, right? There's some kind of an Arabic, whatever they spoke in Egypt, right? We probably knew that, and we knew Lashon HaKodesh, right? That's what we knew. We knew Lashon HaKodesh. We probably knew that, but we didn't know all these other languages. 70 different languages. Could you imagine that? How many languages do people know today? You take a guy that really knows a lot of languages. What can he speak already? 5 languages, 6 languages. 7 languages. How many languages can a person speak already? Moshe Rabbeinu gave over the Torah in 70 different languages. 70 different languages. And we know when it came to Purim, right? We know that all of that Mordechai at Tzaddik, he was able to understand and speak 70 languages also. That's how the Nates of Purim came about, right? When he caught those 2 villains that wanted to poison Achashverosh. Remember, because he knew all the different languages. All of this came about because Moshe Rabbeinu was able to give over the Torah in the 70 different languages. Now, let me tell you something interesting here. This week on Erev Shabbos in Hashem, this week is going to be the Arizal's yahrzeit. The holy Arizal's Chus Yogan Aleinu Al Kol Yisrael. The holy Arizal. We know a lot about the Arizal. We know that the Arizal lived in Egypt. That's where the Arizal lived. He lived in Egypt. He reminded me of this because we were just talking about Egypt, right? So his yahrzeit is this Erev Shabbos. We know that Eliyahu Hanavi came to the Arizal, and he said to him, "You have a student. You're going to have a student. His name is Reb Chaim Vital, the illustrious student Reb Chaim Vital. He was a great Kabbalist by himself." And he said that the Eliyahu said to Arizal, the whole reason why you came into this world is to be the teacher of Reb Chaim Vital. Could you imagine how he felt? My whole purpose in my life is to teach Reb Chaim Vital. Amazing, right? Right? Amazing, right? So the Arizal, he was living in Egypt, And he went. We know that he lived in Tzfas, right? Everyone knows, anyone that came to Eretz Yisrael and they went to Tzfas, you know, there's the shul of the Arizal. Rabbi Yehuda, were you in the shul of the Arizal? Did you make it there? Yeah? I can't hear you. Okay, it's okay. A lot of people went to the shul of the Arizal. The Arizal also said something amazing. The Arizal said anyone that's toivel in his mikvah, anyone that's toivel in the mikvah of the Arizal, they will not leave the world without doing tshuva. Is that amazing? What's that? What's that? I didn't hear you.
I was zeichet to be toivel there.
Wow, Baruch Hashem, Ashrecha v'toivlach, Ashrecha v'toivlach, mamish. If you go to the Arizal's mikveh, it's very cold, very cold. That's the caveat, right? It's very cold. You have to wait on line. One person can go down at a time, right? Something's a long line. You have to wait to go down. But if you're able to go there, he promises that, and they get a promise from the Holy Arizal. It doesn't get better than that. It does not get better than that. So now let's see now. So who was Reb Chaim Vital? So Reb Chaim Vital, we know that Reb Chaim Vital was actually born in Calabria, Italy. He was born in Italy, but they had left Italy, him and his father, Rav Yosef. His father was Reb Chaim Vital's father was Rav Yosef. He was an expert cipher. He was an expert cipher. It was an amazing tzaddik, and he knew Torah Hanister. He knew the hidden Torah, and he knew all of the kavanas. He knew the kavanas to write tefillin. He knew how to write tefillin. And Rav Chaim, what do you call it? Rav Chaim Cairo, right? The writer of the Shulchan Aruch, right? The Sephardi Shulchan Aruch. He said about Rav Yosef, right? Rav Yosef Vital. He said that he's so holy, this man, and his tefillin is so amazing that he can pater the world for half of their sin. That's how holy this Rav Yosef was in the tefillin that he wrote. Could you imagine that? This is from Rav Yosef Cairo. Says this about Rav Yosef, the father of Rav Chaim Vital. Amazing ideas of these great tzaddikim. It's mamish unbelievable. Could you imagine that time where Rav Chaim Vital, you had the Arizal, right? You had Rav Alka, the L'cha Doidi, right? You had the Ramak. You had all these great tzaddikim davening together. Could you imagine what a million that was? I try to think. You visit the shul of the Arizal, and you try to think who is davening in this shul. What kavanas the people then, and what purity they were. Unbelievable. Okay, so that was an idea of something from the parsha outside. Does anyone have any comments, any questions on what we said, or should we learn something inside? You have any questions? Ernie, you want to say something? No. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So let's learn something inside. Here we go.
Amen.
Okay. Yeah, talking. Okay, here we go. Now, so let's learn something nice. I want to learn something uplifting. In this week is also we know Shulchan Aruch says Mishenichnes Av Mematim B'Simcha. Mematim B'Simcha. What does that mean? You have to lower your level of simcha. It doesn't say that you can't have simcha. Right? We still have to maintain a level of simcha, even in the time that we're in Avelis for the Beis Hamikdash and the destruction. And boy, do we have a lot of problems today, right? There's no shortage of problems that Klal Yisrael has today, both here in Eretz Yisrael, outside of Eretz Yisrael, right? They're telling me that now that the crime rate in New York has tripled since last year. Who understands these things that's going on, right? Who understands what's going on in the world today? No one understands. We need big Yeshuas. The greatest way to get a Yeshua is to maintain and do mitzvahs b'simcha. Do your mitzvahs with a great level of joy. Recognize that you're doing the Ratzon Hashem. Right? When you put on, right, you come in the morning, you get up and you wash your hands. The first thing you do, we started learning with the guys in the morning. We started learning Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, and because, the Rebbe says you're supposed to learn halacha every day. So we started learning. After we learned Likutei Halachas, we started learning Kitzur. The guys are loving it, Baruch Hashem. So we're learning. Think about it. You get up in the morning, right? You say Maidani. Think about it. Wow, I have an opportunity today. Wow, Maidani lefanecha. I give you thanks. I'm giving thanks to Hashem. Shechazata bi nishma. You gave me back my neshama today. I'm a bria chadasha. I'm a new being today. Wow, that brings a level to simcha to the guy, right? How many people didn't get up in the morning? How many people went to sleep and didn't get up? I got up today. Well, Baruch Hashem, I'm alive. Great simcha. And then I get to wash my hands to remove the ruach ra from my hands. Amazing. I'm doing these amazing things. We're making birchas ha-Torah. Asher bocha bonu mikolo amim v'nosan lanu es Torah. How about we think about those words for a second? Asher bocha bonu mikolo amim. Hashem, you chose us from all the other nations. Right? When it comes to the Chag, when it comes to a holiday, right? So we say v'ramam tonu mikolo l'shoynes. HaKadosh Baruch, you elevated us up from everyone else in the world. All our lashon, we speak differently. We don't speak the same way the goyim speak. We speak with nice lashon naki. We don't speak that way. How much joy should we have? How much joy should we have that we can do mitzvahs, that we can do the Ratzon Hashem? Should we see Hashem l'negdi summit? We have Hashem with us. Recognize we have Hashem with us no matter where we go. How much better could it be if you have Hashem with you? We say, Maloi chol haaretz kavodah. Hashem is Maloi chol haaretz kavodah. He fills the world with His covet. Fills the world with His covet. I beg HaKadosh Baruch Hu to reveal this covet. I know His covet is there. But Hashem, please, Maloi, reveal yourself to the world. And how much of a busha has to keep going on? How do we do that? Via us doing mitzvahs besimcha. So let's learn here a piece from Rav Nosson on this idea where it says Achad Osa Yoimei Chayrev, right? It was 11 days after we passed from Chayrev. Mashe Kayrim Parshas Devarim Kaidin Tisha B'Av. Why do we always read? Right? It always works out that we read Parshas Devarim just about every year. Say Parshas Devarim is the Parshas Chazon. This is almost every year. Right? Why is that? Ki kol Parshas Devarim medaberes me'aderech l'Eretz Yisrael. The whole thing is talking about our trip, our journey to Eretz Yisrael. That's what the Moshe Rabbeinu is preparing us to go into Eretz Yisrael. That's what we're doing, right? We're waiting there now. The last 36, 37 days of Moshe Rabbeinu's life, he's giving us the derech l'Eretz Yisrael. K'mavay Yisham heitiv shekol teichacha. Shalmaish Sham Hu Al Shepogmu Yisrael Ba'derech L'Eretz Yisrael. That we blemished, we made a problem, we made mistakes. We had some hiccups on the way going into Eretz Yisrael. Right? Could you imagine if we didn't have the Ched HaEgel, and then which brought about the Ched of the Meraglim? If that didn't happen, we would have went to Eretz Yisrael. It would have been so amazing. It would have been so amazing. We would have gone to Eretz Yisrael where everything would have been wonderful. We brought upon ourselves all of this problem. We had we pogmu b'derech l'Eretz Yisrael. Al shaloi hayu chazokim be'emunasam. Because we didn't have emuna. We weren't strong in our emuna. This is what we need today more than anything, emuna. We need to believe in the Rebbeinu Shalom. He is the one that's going to save us. It's not, we can't rely on the nations of the world. We can't rely on the police. We can't rely on the government. We have to rely on Hashem. We weren't strong in our emunah. The tikkun today is being strong in our emunah. We were going, I'd say, Ad Kadesh Barneya. K'maisha Perish Rashi. Sham Ein Lecha Derech Kitzara. What? There was no shorter way. Of course there was. The problem was we weren't maminim. We were maminim. V'kol kach oisa shchina melabetes b'shvilchem lemayer b'aschem l'oretz. The Shechina wanted us to go to Eretz Yisrael, and it's so quick. They didn't want to go through all the pain. וכן הולך בכל דברי תיכחלוי בכל הסדרה כולי שמכריח אותם על שגרמו עיקר בדרך לבוא לארץ ישראל. Moshe Rabbeinu is crying the whole Sefer Devarim. Look what you did. You caused all these problems that we couldn't go to Eretz Yisrael right away. And here we are now. It's the end of the 40 years. It's the end of the 40 years, and now we're about to come into Eretz Yisrael. We have to wait over there we have to be in the desert for 40 years. Of course, the egel, right? Egel azov, right? Of course, the egel azov is a pegam in our amuna, right? We were looking for another god. That's the biggest pegam you can have in amuna. Is looking for another god, chas v'sholem, right? And then when it came to the meraglim, right? When it came to the meraglim, they said, oh, they have the bnei anakim. They have big giants over there, and we're kikach we're like little grasshoppers in their eyes. We didn't wait a second. We didn't realize what HaKadosh Baruch Hu can do. We didn't recognize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu took down the world power. Egypt was the world power. What were we worried about? What HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I'm going to take you into the land. I'm going to take you into the land. And what? And they didn't believe that. Because you didn't believe in Hashem. If you want to get to Eretz Yisrael, the tikkun for Eretz Yisrael is amuna. This is the place that we know that the Torah tells us. Tamid einei Hashem elekecha ba mireishas hashana arach v'shana. This is the place where HaKadosh Baruch Hu is looking and paying close attention to. Of course, HaKadosh Baruch Hu pays attention to everything in the world. It's all hashgacha pratis, of course. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu pays extra attention to what goes on in Eretz Yisrael. Extra attention to this place in the world. V'hu amuna shehu bechinas koyach masa. The whole idea of koyach masa, the masa of Hashem. Hashem made everything. Of course, Hashem can control everything. That we have to believe that Hashem created everything and He recreates everything anew every day. The way we start off in Bereshis bara likim es hashamayim ve'es haaretz. So what does Rashi say there? Rashi brings Rabbi Yitzchak and he says, "Over Ritzaynai nasna lehem, over Ritzaynai I take it away from them." HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, "Look, you know it's true. I put the nations in Eretz Yisrael and I gave it to them, but they blew it. They did the wrong thing. I gave it to them. I could take it away from them." This is the first Rashi in Chumash. What is the world saying today? Baruch Hashem, we live in Efrat. Okay, Efrat is in the West Bank. We're in the West Bank. Okay, so according to the governments of the world, we're all settlers. How do you like that? We're settlers in our own land. Hey, why don't we tell them the first Rashi here? What is this here? They took it away from, they gave it to us. Finished. Okay, you're right. It was yours. But it's not yours no more. Get out. If we were only smart, we would do that. Right? If we were only smart, we would do that. And that's why they had to stay in the desert so long. And this is the same reason, again, not having amuna in Hashem. Unbelievable to realize this. The Nevi'im were crying, right? The Navi Yeshua, he was crying, Mamish crying to us. Look, Hashem is going to destroy them. We didn't believe him. These are the Nevi'im of Hashem. And we didn't believe what they were saying. Of course, we lost the Beis HaMikdash. And that's what gives the other side, the Sitra Achra, the other side, to expel us, to exile us from our lands. Oy vey. We're going to say that the same way we went out of Mitzrayim, Mitzaysim in Mitzrayim, Mitzaysim in Yerushalayim, right? We're going to say in the Kiddush. We're going to say in the Kiddush, and we went out of it, so the same way we say Mirushalayim. Oh yeah. This is what happened, because again, it's all about amuna. It's mamish all about amuna. We have to all strengthen our amuna. If you want to have Eretz Yisrael, if you want to be able to be Zoicha, you need to strengthen. We all need to strengthen our amuna. We all need to strengthen our amuna. B'chol pam ligorish es yitzor meyachem tzezer nimshach al yedei shoimim lahem adayim listim atem. Hey, you read these words. You know these words today? What does listim mean? We're robbers. We stole their land. Listim atem. What is the world saying to us? We took their land. Mamish, this is current events. Is this not current events today? Is this not current events today? What are all these protesters protest? They want to free Palestine, right? Because we took it from them. We robbed them. No, it's the other way around. You robbed us. But we don't say that. We don't believe it. Listim atem. Shekivashtem Eretz Yisrael that we conquered them, we got rid of them. Right? That when we conquered them. Eretz Yisrael. Meyachesh Yisrael ba'atzmam pogmu be'amuna. Right? Since we were pogim the amuna, shayidei zeh pogmu b'chinas koyach masav higid liyama. And therefore we were pogim in this whole idea that it's all Hashem that made the world, and it's Hashem that takes the land away from us, and it's Hashem that gives us the land. It's all the Rebbeinu Shalom. The Al Kain Kairin Zois Kaiden Tisha B'Av, and that's why we read this Kaiden Tisha B'Av to remind us. Hashem is saying to us, Kindlech, you have to remember, why are you in this matzah? Why are you in this situation of this gullus? Why are you still here? Because you don't believe. Because we still don't believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We don't believe in Hashem. When I was in New York, I was speaking to a lot of people, and I said, they said to me, isn't it hard to be in Eretz Yisrael? I said, no, it's not hard to be in Eretz Yisrael. It's wonderful being in Eretz Yisrael. But they said, if I go to Eretz Yisrael, how am I going to make money? So I said to them what my Rebbe says. Rav Chaim says like this. He says that the same God that can bring you parnasa wherever you're living can bring you parnasa in Eretz Yisrael. The parnasa comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It doesn't come from your company. What do you think? You work in the company, you work for the government, you work for a store, you have your own business. You think you're making your money. The parnasa is coming all from Hashem. All our money comes from Hashem. Don't we believe that? It's not because I work so hard, that's why I have my money. Adarabba, it's all the Rebbeinu Shalom that gives me my money. So why can I say I won't go to Israel because I won't be able to make a parnasa? Nonsense. I said to the same guy, I said, how much are you paying in insurance? How much are you paying for medical insurance? And how much are you paying for tuition for your kids in school? So he tells me he's paying $5,500 a month for medical insurance. You hear this? $5,500 a month for medical insurance, and he's paying for his kids in school $110,000 for tuition. You hear this? The guy's paying $5,500 and $110,000 a year for the kids in school tuition. What is that? That's over $160,000. Almost $170,000 that the guy has to make to pay his tuition and to have health insurance. Guess what I told him? If you come to Eretz Yisrael, you know what health insurance costs you a month? Maybe $50. $50. You have the best health insurance you want. What does tuition cost you? Nothing. If you want to send your kid to a private school, you'll pay maybe $150, $200 a month, if that much. And you send your kid to the best schools here. So I said, so what are you? You're breaking your neck to make all this money, to give it away for nothing. So now you're telling me you can't make a parnasa. You understand? We have to just remember we have to remember it's all the Rebbeinu Shalom, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one that takes care of us. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu provides for us. It's only the Rebbeinu Shalom that's providing for us. This is why HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling us over here that we read Parshat Sefer Devarim. We're reading Parshat Devarim, which is talking about our way to Eretz Yisrael, the trip that we went to Eretz Yisrael, to teach us to teach us this very important thing that we have to have amuna. If we had amuna strong, if we really had strong amuna, when we had a problem when it came to the Yam Suf, when we came to the Kriyas Yam Suf, the Egyptians were chasing after us, and we mamish had amuna. What did we do? We came to Moshe Rabbeinu. It would have been better if we died in Egypt. Why do we have to die over here? Why do we have to die over here? Right? We didn't have water. Right? We didn't have water. Wow, we're going to die. We're going to die. It would have been better if we died in Mitzrayim. Where was the amuna? Hashem took you out. You think He took you out to kill you over here? Chas v'sholom. Hashem does everything. He does kol ma David Rachman l'tav of it. Everything Hashem does, He does for our good. Of course, each of the times that we made a mistake, like Moshe is explaining in the Parsha, He's giving us the places only. So we remembered all the things we made a mistake. What were the things we made a mistake? We didn't have amuna. We didn't have strong belief in our Kodesh Baruch Hu. We have to strengthen our amun in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Remember that it's only HaKadosh Baruch Hu that can save us. It's only HaKadosh Baruch Hu that's going to be there for us. We see all the nations of the world, they abandon us. They abandon us. It's not going to come nothing's good coming from the nations of the world. It's only coming Me'ez Hashem. Okay, do we have anyone has any questions on this idea, or anyone disagrees with anything I just said? Does anyone disagree that HaKadosh Baruch Hu can give you parnasa wherever you live? Do we agree that? Do we agree that we need to strengthen our amuna? We have to strengthen our amuna now. This is what we need to do. If we strengthen our amuna, we'll see the big Yeshua. We'll see the big salvation. That's when we'll see our salvation, when we truly, truly believe in Hashem and believe that no salvation comes from anything else other than Hashem. All salvation comes from Hashem. It's going to be our Kodesh Baruch Hu that sends us Mashiach Tzidkenu. So that's where we end off. Al Kain Kairin Zois Kaidin Tisha B'Av Ki Al Yedei Zeh Ikar Agolas V'Churban. This is because of not having the amuna is why we were in Golas in the first place, why we had the Churban in the first place, why we had that Churban, because we didn't believe in Hashem. Look at Sefer, look all through Tanakh, right? Look through Nach. And look at all of the problems we had with the Avodah Zarah, right? Look how many times we had problems with Avodah Zarah, all through Nach. Again and again and again and again. And the whole problem was we don't have emunah. We don't believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's why Shulchan Aruch tells us. The first thing is, in Shulchan Aruch, Shivisi Hashem L'negdi Summit. Know that Hashem is with you no matter where you go. No matter where you go with Hashem. You're going with the Rabbeinu Shalom. You're going with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So let me ask you a question. If you had to have a meeting, you were going to a meeting, you had a big meeting with a banker, you had a big meeting with an executive, whatever it was, you had a big business meeting that you were going on, right? Would you ever see the guy going into the business meeting and in the middle of the meeting he's going to be looking at his phone? Would he do that? Would the guy look at his telephone? Would he look at his text messages? Would he look at the news or anything during his meeting? Absolutely not. Right? The guy wanted this meeting so desperately. He wanted the meeting. He wanted this meeting. Right? So he gets there. He's going to he'll make sure he puts on his best suit. Right? And he'll get there. He'll make sure that he presents himself properly. Right? He's meeting a person. Right? How about every time you go to shul, every time we walk into shul, we're coming into the Beis Hashem. We're coming into Hashem's house. That's Hashem's place. Right? We come into Hashem's place. Do we think how we're dressed when we come into shul? Would I go to a meeting like this? Hey, I not for nothing. We're meeting the Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We're reading the King of Kings. Right? When you go to shul, you're talking to Hashem. You realize that? You're talking to HaKadosh Baruch Hu when you're davening. You're talking to Hashem. Hashem is listening. Could you believe that? The King of Kings is listening to your words. He wants to hear your words. How about we believe that? If we can believe that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with us all the time, it'll bring us to the biggest level of simcha. It'll bring us to the biggest level of joy, to know that we have Hashem on our side. That we have Hashem on our side. What greater simcha can you have, knowing that you have HaKadosh Baruch Hu on your side? Wherever you go, you have Hashem. What's the proof? You have a neshama. We all have a neshama, right? We say that every morning. Elikai neshama shenasat b'ata nefachlim v'neshama at the neshama v'kirbi. Right? We have the neshama. Hashem gives us a neshama. Right? We have a neshama. What is the neshama? We were just talking about the arel. What's the neshama? It's a chelik elikam imal. It's a part of Hashem we have inside of us that makes us work. That's ticking. We have Hashem inside of us. So who's going to damage us if we believe that? Yeah, we all believe we have a neshama, correct? Everyone has a neshama. That's how we're alive. We have a neshama. Right? We have a soul. That's how we're alive. That soul is a part of God. So it means if Hashem is inside of you, don't you think Hashem will do the best thing for you and take care of you the best if you believe that you're with Hashem all the time? But if we don't believe we're with Hashem, so then this is what happens. This is why we have the pigam in the desert each time. This is why we had the Egel Azav. This is why we had the Meraglim. This is why we had all of the problems that led us to be in the desert for 40 years. This is the whole reason why. Again, it's the pigam and amuna. So what we have to work on is strengthening our amuna. Okay, let's look at one more thing over here. Let's look at this pasuk. No, it's this one. Yeah, this one. No, 1 second. Give me a moment, Chevra. This is the one I wanted. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's look. Now we'll go to the end of the parsha, okay? The Yeshua tzivesi ba'esahu leima einecha harois es kol asher osa Hashem elekechem l'shnei hamalachim ha'ela. What he did to these two big kings. Which is he talking to? Sichon and Og. Right? The two kings, Sichon and Og. Right? Og Melech HaBashan, that big giant, and Sichon, these two big powers. Look what Hashem did to this Shnei HaMalachim Ha'ela. Kein Yasa Hashem L'chol HaMamlochos Asher Ata Oiver Shama. Look at these words. So to Hashem. Look what he says. Kein Yasa Hashem L'chol HaMamlochos, to all of the different kingdoms that you're going to have to attack now, that you're going to have to take care of, because I'm giving you the land. But look what Hashem says, I'm going to do it. Kein Yasa Hashem. Look at the words. Kein Yasa Hashem L'chol HaMamlochos Asher Ata Oiver Shama, that you pass through them. Al Tira'um. Don't be scared. Don't have fear. Why? Ki Hashem Elekechem Hu Hanilcham Lochem. Hashem is the one that's going to take care of the wars for you. You hear this? It's not because we're so powerful. It's Hashem that takes care of the wars. It's not because we have better artillery. It's not because we have a better air force. It's not because we have better bombs. No, it's Hashem. Al tira'um. Do not be scared. Ki Hashem Elekechem Hu Hanilcham Lochem. He'll be the one that battles for you. It's amazing. These psukim are fascinating. The chizuk that we have over here is fascinating. Now I want to look at the lesson here. We have a couple more minutes. Here was the lesson on this idea. Here, let's open it up here. Okay, so here, Rav Nosson says on this, look at this. Yes, Yeshua tzivesi ba'esahi leimar einecha harois, like we read the pasuk right now. Now, zeh merames al ikka milchama gedoyle v'akveda shehi ikka milchamas kol adam shehi milchamas hayetzer b'zeh olam. The main milchama that we have in this world is our yetzer hara. He's the one that's holding us back, right? Who's not allowing us to have the amuna? It's the yetzer hara. Tells him, no, you have to be worried about this, you have to worry about that. It's all the yetzer hara. He's the one that we're fighting. But we don't forget, we say in the bracha every day, V'choifetz yitzreinu l'shtabed lach. Right? We say in the brachas every morning, V'choifetz yitzreinu l'shtabed lach. What do we say? Hashem, take our yetzer hara, make him serve you. We have to beg Hashem. We say that in the blessing every morning, right? You remember you say that bracha? You just said it a few hours ago, right? V'choifetz yitzreinu l'shtabed lach. L'chein l'chesed l'rachim. Right? This was the bracha that we make. To remember that it's the yetzer hara. He's the one that's bothering us. You hear this? Don't be scared of the fight, the battle that you have with the Yetzer Hara. Why are you going to be scared of the battle you have with the Yetzer Hara? Hashem is with you. Why are you scared? Why should you be scared of the Yetzer Hara? We have to have azus to Kedusha. We have to have brazenness of Kedusha. Fight against the Yetzer Hara. You know, Yetzer Hara, you're going to get to know me, minus the neshama, and we're going to work together. It's like a horse and a rider, right? A horse and a rider, right? The rider is the Yetzer Tov, the neshama. The horse is the Yetzer Hara. Now it works out pretty good when the rider has the horse under control, right? If you have a good rider, right? The rider knows how to keep the horse riding, and he knows how to ride him good, no problem. But let me ask you a question. What would happen if the horse would go sit on top of the rider? That would not work out too good, right? If the horse would want to ride on the rider of the horse, instead of the man riding the horse would want to ride on the man. Would that work out too good? That would not work out too good, right? That big beast that weighs 600-700 pounds sitting on the back of this guy, it's not going to work out too good. This is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is teaching us. You have to remember, I'm with you, Hashem says. I gave you the Yetzer Hara. Yes, barasi Yetzer Hara, barasi Torah Tavlin. I made you a Yetzer Hara, but I gave you the Torah. I gave you the Holy Torah. That's the antidote to the Yetzer Hara. So that way you can be the rider. You can be the rider, and you can control the Yetzer Hara. Right? The rider on the horse, he controls the horse. Right? He tells the horse when the horse is going to stop. He tells the horse when the horse is going to go. He makes the horse make a right turn. He makes the horse make a left turn. Right? The rider can do that. That's us. We have to take the Yetzer Hara and know we don't have to be scared. Why? Why don't we have to be scared? Because we have Hashem with us. Because we have the Rabbeinu Shalom, Hashem Yitanu. Ki meloi chol haaretz kavod. Hashem fills the world with His glory. The world of Hashem is filled with His glory. K'moisha Amar, Oz Adeineinu Mareinu Mareinu. Hashem Yisbarach imecha ve'etzlecha. Hashem is with us, and He's by our side. He's with us. He's mamish with you. Wherever you go, al tira, don't be scared. You're with the Rabbeinu Shalom. K'moisha Amar, Sh'adam Tzarech la'avod, la'avra b'zeh olam, al geshet tzar. We have to pass this world like on a narrow bridge. Like on a narrow bridge, but you have to go steady, slow and steady. If you go slow and steady on the narrow bridge, you'll make it through. You'll make it to the other side. That's what it is, Dal. You have to pass the world like you're on a tsar, geshet tsar mi'oy. Look at the next words. V'o'eka shelo yisfached. The main thing is, don't make yourself scared. Don't scare yourself. Don't scare yourself. Remember, it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with you. Why are you going to be scared? Okay, v'zeh al tira'um, ki Hashem Elokeichem hu hanilcham lachem. It's HaKadosh Baruch Hu that's going to battle for you. V'azhara zois hisa b'yoser es Yeshua. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is giving this, Moshe Rabbeinu is giving this warning the most to Yeshua, because he's the leader now. Yeshua is the one that's charged, that he's going to take the Klal Yisrael over the sea. He's going to take them into Eretz Yisrael. And Yeshua is the best leader we ever had. Right? Everyone did the right thing under Yeshua's lead. When he was the leader, we did the right thing. Yeshua was a Roya Neman. He led us the best way. He learned from Moshe Rabbeinu. He saw the mistakes Klal Yisrael made, and he knew how to deal with us. This was Yeshua. Yeshua tzivesi, ki Yeshua bechinas haTalmud. Yeshua is the student. Sha'asagosai b'bechinas meloi chol haaretz kavod. Look at these beautiful words. Get up, those that dwell and sing, those that are in the dirt, those that are in the offer. It's talking about when Mashiach comes, it'll be Tchias HaMeisim Hashem. We're going to see that. We're going to see everyone come back alive. But look at these words. Shu Rashi Tevis Yeshua. Hakitzu v'ranu sheich ne'yafar Rashi Tevis Yeshua. She'ika ha'asagasa yuhu b'bechinas eschaskus she'ischazek es atzmai v'es kol Yisrael b'koichoi shel Moshe Rabbeinu. He took on the koyach of his Rebbe. Yeshua took on the koyach of his Rebbe. V'lo yisyashu. Don't give up. You shouldn't have any yeyosh. V'lo yiplo mishum davar. Don't get scared. Don't fall from anything. B'chol ma'aseh yavar aleim yu chazokim. We have to be strong. B'koychai shel Moshe Rabbeinu. Because we have Torah's Moshe. This is Eilen Hadavar Masha Diber Moshe. This is the Torah that Moshe Rabbeinu gave us, that he gave us, and we need this Torah. This is the Torah that's going to take us to Mashiach. If we have the amuna, we need Eila Advar Masha Diber Moshe. These are the words that Moshe Rabbeinu taught us. Eila is the gematria 36. Okay, Eila is 36. Why is Eila 36? We know that there are 36 creases in the Torah, right? There are 36 different things you can do as a make a mistake for karas in the Torah. Moshe Rabbeinu is telling them, if you have amuna, you won't have to deal with the chorus. You don't have to deal with all of that stuff. You don't have to deal with these things. You just have to ki Hashem itam adayin v'lo yisyaru ki Hashem itam. You don't have to be scared because Hashem is with them. Ki meloich al haaretz k'vaydik. Because Hashem fills the world with all His glory. Hashem fills the world. Zezel bechinas aloi tira'um. Don't ski. You shouldn't be scared. Ki atzadik bechinas Moshe yochel lahashpil es hamalachim hamekatrigin shehem nimshuchu nishtalshul miklipa sichon and oid. The klipa, the impurity, the husks of impurity, the klipot that came from sichon and oid. That's what's in the world still today. Their klipas is still here. And who was the one that battled sichon and oid? Moshe Rabbeinu. It's all Moshe Rabbeinu that battled him. So we have to grab on to Torah's Moshe. We have to believe in the Torah of Moshe. And if we believe in the Torah of Moshe, we believe that Hashem is with us and He is going to battle for us. So how should we ever be scared? This is the chizik that we need now. Ki mare lahem she'enam yodim adayin biyadiyasa yizbrach klal. You guys don't know how close Hashem is to you yet. You have no idea. He says, Kol Sheikhnei Yafar. He can wake up all of those that are dwelling in the dirt. Shehem Hadore Mata, the lower level, the lower echelon. Shelo Yisyoru. Don't be scared. Ki Adayin Hashem Itam Ki Meloicha. Don't, guys. Yeshua is saying, don't think that Hashem is not with you. Hashem is everywhere in the world. He's everywhere. Of course, He's with you. He's with me, He's with you, He's with every one of our listeners, He's with every Yid in the world, wherever they are. Any Yid should not be scared. We have Hashem on our side. This is what the Torah is teaching us here. This is what Moshe Rabbeinu is teaching and warning Yeshua. These are that see. Don't forget what you saw. You lived through this. These guys that were there, they were part of that battle. They were there. They were the soldiers that went to battle. You saw what Hashem did to them. Sichon and Og, these two big powers. What He did, Hashem will do that with everybody. We don't have to be scared of the Hezbollah, the Houthis. We don't have to be scared of Iran. We don't have to be scared of the Hamas. It doesn't matter. It's all these are all the klipas from Sichon and Og. If we have amuna, everything will be. They'll all kill themselves out. They'll all kill themselves out. We know that the Shiites and the other ones, they can't stand each other. And they're always killing each other. So Mitzvah Hashem HaKadosh Baruch Hu will have the enemies, they'll destroy themselves, which is proper, which will be givaldik. Let them destroy themselves. Let them destroy themselves. Let them destroy thembselves. You can see that you can be mevatel this kitrug, this problem that you have with these kings and with the nations and everyone else and the whole United Nations and the guys over there in Africa and all of these guys. It doesn't matter. Who cares? They're nothing. It's all Hashem. Al kain bevadai tia batuach v'choza ki kain yasa Hashem l'chol amlochos asher ata oive shama. So Hashem will do the same thing to everywhere you go. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will wipe them all out. Divadei Tirshua Eretz Yisrael, and that's how we'll be able to conquer, and that's how we'll be able to inherit the land. Shesham Ikir is Galus, that's the main his Galus of Hashem. Zeh Hadash Shel Moshe, this is the knowledge. This is what Moshe Rabbeinu gave us in his last will and testament. This is Moshe Rabbeinu's Sefer Devarim. Same Mishnah Torah is Moshe Rabbeinu's last will and testament. What he's giving us, this das. Shal Moshe Shu Bechinas El Yoinim Lemata V'Tachtoinim Lemala Al Kain Bevadai Loi Tiro'um. Therefore, we don't have to be scared, and we should never ever be scared of everything. We just have to be strengthen our amuna. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu will show us the same way that the Haftarah is the Chazon, the Chazon. This is the what do you call it? This is the vision. This is the vision. If we can see we can imagine in our minds the vision of Mashiach coming and believing that, we can see that we have the power on this Shabbos. This Shabbos is a very, very, very powerful Shabbos to strengthen our amuna. To strengthen our amuna, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that He will save us, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with us, He'll always be with us. And I wish everyone, you should have mamash, this Shabbos should be, you should have the Chazon. It should be mamash a lechtige Shabbos, a lit up Shabbos. You should see the vision. You need light to see, right? You need light to see, right? If you want to see Chazon, you have light. Then what's the light? The light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So I wish everyone that we should have mamash a Shabbos, and this Shabbos should be a beautiful Shabbos. It should be mamash a beautiful Shabbos with Mashiach Tzidkeinu coming. And then we should all be together, Mirz Hashem, when it comes to Tisha B'Av. We should all be together in Yerushalayim together with Mashiach Tzidkeinu. With Mashiach Tzidkeinu, Eli Navi together, all of us, and we'll all go in Mirz Hashem, and we'll all go to the Beis HaMikdash, we'll march to the Beis HaMikdash together. B'shiras and b'shvachos, we'll sing song and praises to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, B'vias Goyot Tzedek B'meir V'yameinu. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for listening and everyone that will listen. And I want to wish everyone the best and everyone kol tuv.